Okay, today's adventure brings us to Linden, Alabama. I was getting ready to do a little bit of creek walking, but first I wanted to check out some of these areas because there was 3 house sites in here. But while I was walking there, I noticed a tiny creek, and there's a bottle right there from the 30s or early 40s. And then I look up here and I see a Coke bottle. Is it even embossed? No, it's just an ACL. Okay, we are coming up to a creek. It's a little bit too big for me to handle. Such steep banks that I can't possibly walk it either. I mean, I can't walk the sides. And the water is too dirty. It's just because we had a lot of rain recently. It's too bad I had to get here after the rains because this looks like it would have been a great creek. Strange, there seems to be a lot of glass in this creek. Well, if you can even call it a creek because it's so small. There's several more bottles. Several more broken ones and a bunch more. Another one and a couple more broken ones. And one of these. Good indicator of a dump. And some more bottles. I guess it's because it's right off of Main Street and they could just dump from like 10 feet from the road. And there's another one. It's just too bad they're not quite old enough. And here's yet another thing. Up here on the slightly higher ground, we have a cork top. And it seems like it must be a dump because we got that and that and that coming out of the dirt. And yet another bottle. And yet another bottle. And there's yet another one that's completely buried. Well, it's maybe from the 40s anyway. Looks pretty interesting, but this is right off of Main Street and this is off of a bridge and I don't see any glass right there, so maybe it's really not that good of a creek. Okay, this is an old map of the town and as you can tell by these areas circling, these are all gone and all these are all gone as well, but it doesn't look too good right now. Well, that looks like a likely spot for a dump. There's a bunch of ravines right off of Main Street, but this fence kind of threw me for a loop because I couldn't tell that this road actually does continue to go through. Well, I'll get in my car and I will check it out. Well, those ravines are starting to look pretty good. Yeah, we got a creek that's more manageable. It's shallower than the other one. Well, it's just not producing any glass at all. Well, this is some of the land that had some houses on it, but trying to find a privy in this kind of environment would be pretty close to impossible. There's no trespass. They privatized the road, so the remaining 5 or 6 houses cannot be accessed. Well, here's part of the downtown district. Looking pretty dead. But they got some modern conveniences here. They got Jack's restaurant. I think I'll stop there for breakfast. I was just leaving town when I saw something about a park and I thought, oh yeah, parks are famous for places where landfills used to be. Older landfills. I stopped in here to give it a look. Well, here we are in Linden. Okay, there's the back side of the original courthouse, and it has an embankment going down to a pond. But I have a feeling that there's going to be something down here. Okay, we got a jar. It's not that old, but it's kind of old. 30s, and there's another one. Oh man, look at all this stuff. That's also from the 30s. That's also from the 30s, and yeah. Oh, here's your bottle. It's buried. And it's a ketchup, and it's also from the 30s. So, not looking too bad. I mean, that's kind of good. Came to the realization that they have dug here. See? They dug at least a foot deep. I'm surprised that somebody has dug this town. And this side too. Just a pile of dirt right here. But that might be an animal hole. No? Somebody actually dug a hole that deep. There's a corktop medicine from the 20s. Well, if this place has been dug, then I guess I'm gonna have to go find another place. Yeah, that's what we were just behind. Not much trash considering this is the main building in town. But right across the street from it is a dead end, and it looks like another creek, and this is the most built up part of town. Well, that turned out to be a private drive, so I can't go down there. There's a bunch of people out there. Okay, now we are in Dayton, Alabama. A very small town, as you can see. But I have found a dump straight away. I mean, I was only here for 1 minute and I found a dump right down here. Okay, here it is. Okay, I have an ACL located already. And it's not a national brand either. Well, I guess it is a semi-national brand. Well, I could have sworn it was a different thing. I thought it was a soda bottle. But it is not. Lips Kills. Can't say that I've ever heard of that before. Let's see what the date is. I can't really tell. But it's not that old, but I'm going to keep digging deeper and see if it gets older. And right under that is this. Well, it doesn't look that old. Probably from the 50s. A typical Clorox bottle. Kind of a later design. But I think they quit making them out of glass around 1957, so it's probably a couple years older than that anyway. Okay, what do we got now? Nothing else. Okay, I just found this one a few seconds after that, but look what it says. Cook, kill. I can't say I've ever heard of that. It says it on the neck multiple times. Yeah, we got this big ledge about 9 feet tall. And it's right off the main drag. But unfortunately, it's another modern dump. Well, semi-modern anyway. 1950s is a little too new. Okay, here's the courthouse in Dayton. The church was founded in 1819. That's 205 years old. That sounds pretty incredible. And we have a bell over here. And a weather vane? Is that a real one from 200 years ago? It is pretty well made and made of iron, of course. So, yeah, it's pretty damn old. Apparently they don't need a courthouse like this anymore. Of course I had to probe behind it just for the heck of it. I didn't find anything. I was already parked in this exact position to go over here. But then when I was driving by, I just noticed this. There's an old foundation of a house. How old do these bricks look? Not old at all. Sloppy brickwork. Yeah, bricks with these round holes in them. I think of those as being from the 40s or 50s even. I've never seen such a case like this. I mean, look at that. That looks modern. I mean, 1950s anyway. But look at that. Look how they put the bricks together. So sloppy, and it's got all that stuff squeezed out. I just don't understand how this could be in such an old town and such a prime piece of real estate. The main part of downtown. And yet it looks so new. And yet it had a wooden floor and not a cement one. Okay, we got an area that's kind of, well, a low spot anyway. So obviously I have to check it out. Because that other house might have been a second generation house, because I mean there's 1800 stuff around here. Interesting area. Well, there's a slightly old bottle. Might be from the late 40s. Plenty of area to check. I'll have to get back to you after I discover something. I just stumbled up on this. I mean, I was this close to it before I even noticed it. Another house. This one looks a little older, but only looks like it's from the 40s. It also has those holes in the bricks. So, yeah, I'm really confused about why these houses that are so new are so dilapidated. It's like they've fallen apart 25 years ago. Don't tell me it's another tornado story. But yet these are brick houses, solid brick. They shouldn't have fallen apart from a tornado.